What's changed with Arizona since you guys have last played them?
Well, they've done the things that have made them successful. They've gotten on the boards and transition offense. Um, so, and Crease has hit some threes. In their last game against Washington State, he and Ramsey hit 10 threes between them. So that'll make anything look good. So, no, we're going to have to play really well. They're a talented team. We played really hard. The last time we played against them and played very well. Dante played very well. Jermaine shot it really good. So we played good, and I'm not sure they played poorly. We played really good.
Defense and rebounding are supposed to travel, and you guys beat them on the boards better than anyone this year. Are you confident? You feel like this team now can start to travel with those things with rebounding and defense?
Well, I hope so. We have to prove it, uh, but beating them 10 on the boards was a big factor. We beat them on second chance points. So, those were two big areas that they usually have a big advantage in. We beat them in transition points, which they don't get beat very often in transition points. So, again, we're going to have to play hopefully as well as we did last time. And at their place, it's always a fun place to play. So I know our guys will look forward to the challenge.
Yeah, given the atmosphere, you could be intimidated by it or you could kind of rise up to it. What's your sense for kind of how your group responds to situations like that?
Oh, heck, I don't know. We'll see. Traditionally, we've played okay. I think over the years we've usually played well in pressure situations. We're usually a little, when the place is dead, we're usually dead. So hopefully our guys will continue that streak, at least on the positive side.
Do you anticipate Quincy staying in the lineup and Dante
Oh,
coming
I
off?
don't know. We'll figure that out tomorrow, but haven't thought that far ahead yet.
Because of their size, and you matched up pretty well with them last time around with Nate and Dante together. But
We had a lot of different. Nate didn't play that many minutes. He played hard the minutes he was in there, but it wasn't like he played a lot of minutes.
From a coach's perspective, do you think you're a tough scout right now, given the lineup changes that you've gone through and how different your personnel is compared to just even a couple weeks ago?
We're probably a tough scout because they don't know who's going to show up and who's not going to show up. So it might be a tough scout that way, but we've been inconsistent, and so teams will have to say, well, if they play the way they're capable, they'll be a tough out, and they've had a couple games where they haven't showed up. So no, I don't want to be hard on our guys, but the honest truth is we haven't played consistently, which has bothered me. I know it's bothered them. We've talked about it, and hopefully they'll address it.
To that end, talk about 3-point shooting. The Utah game notwithstanding, I think one more you would have been 33% anyway. Last 5 or 6 games, it started to improve. Is there anything mechanically that anybody's doing differently, or is this just that shots are starting to come around? You feel like this is starting to be indicative of what they're capable of? Or?
Well, Keyshawn and Jermaine have hit a few. I think Jermaine's our percentage leader. So, getting those two guys shooting the ball a little bit has helped. We are shooting it a little bit better, and I think those two guys are probably the reason why.
But you don't feel like statistically this is the worst 3-point shooting team you've had?
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
On capability-wise, you don't feel like on a capability level.
Well, I think those two guys will make a difference. If Keyshawn keeps shooting it around 40%, that'll bring up our average, Jermaine, and Key's shooting it a little better now that he's got his legs under him. So hopefully Nate will hit a couple. He's looked good shooting it. And we know Will can shoot it. He's proven that. He's not shooting it well right now. A lot of them have been in and out, but history tells us he's capable of shooting in the 40%. So we just hopefully these last 9 games he gets back to his form.
I know there's certain spots that those inconsistencies really show up, but do you feel like this team is sort of turning the tide overall? Just building up a couple wins?
it goes week to week. Again, I want them to be more consistent. We've practiced more consistent, so that's a good indicator. We had a good day yesterday, focus-wise. Today, we didn't go real long, but the activity and the focus was good. So that usually leads to a little bit better consistency. But we have to prove it. We have to prove it as a team. We have to prove it as a coaching staff that we're going to be consistent. And if you're not going to prove it in February, you about run out of time. So we've got 9 opportunities here in the regular season, and then hopefully a few in the conference tournament. And so we just got to prove it here.